Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle.
I'm Atticus.
And I'm Philly.
While every episode of Fun Facts Daily is clean and appropriate for listeners of all ages, on the first Friday of every month, I like to do a Family Fun Friday with my kids co-hosting as we explore a topic they find interesting and hopefully you'll enjoy learning with your family too.
Today, we'll be learning all about owls. But before we get to the fun facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell truth from fiction. Consider this.
A lot of people say that owls can rotate their heads 360 degrees. That means they can spin their head all the way around in a complete circle. Imagine an owl looking forward, then spinning its head entirely around and face forward again without moving its body. What do you think? Can owls actually do that? We'll find out at the end of the episode.
Now, for your word of the day. Our word of the day is plumicorn. That's Plumicorn, plumicorn.
Plumicorn is a biological term referring to the tufts of feathers coming from the top of specific birds' heads. When you look at a great horned owl, you might notice 2 points that look like ears on top of his skull. Those are actually plumicorns.
The plumicorns have no auditory components. They don't help the owl with hearing. An owl's actual ears are slits located farther down on the sides of their head and hidden behind the facial disc. The word plumicorn combines 2 Latin roots, pluma, meaning feather, and cornu, meaning horn. Ornithologists say owls use these feather horns for 2 primary purposes. First, plumicorns break up the round silhouette of a bird's head, allowing the owl to camouflage effectively against the jagged bark of tree branches. Second, owls move their plumicorns to communicate with one another, raising or flattening to signal aggression, fear, or territorial dominance.
Time for your daily high five. Our top 5 fun facts about owls. Number 1. An owl's ears are uneven to help them hunt in complete darkness.
Owls have asymmetrical ears, meaning one side is not a mirror image of the other. On an owl's head, one ear opening sits higher on the skull than the other one. When a sound reaches the owl, the sound waves hit the ears at slightly different times. The owl's brain can process these microsecond delays to determine if the prey is above, below, or to the side. This auditory system allows the owl to pinpoint the exact location of sounds in 3-dimensional space. A great gray owl can use this hearing to track a vole moving beneath 2 feet of snow. It's not just about the ear slits. The facial disc of feathers surrounding the owl's face acts as a parabolic reflector, channeling high-frequency sounds directly into these ear canals. Owls adjust these facial feathers to focus on specific sounds in the environment. This combination of asymmetrical ears and the facial disc makes an owl's hearing 10 times more sensitive than that of a human.
Number 2. Owls' eyeballs aren't really balls. Their eyes are more like tubes.
Owls don't really have spherical eyeballs like we do. They have elongated, tube-shaped eyes, and their eye tubes can't really move. They're held firmly in place by bony structures in the skull called sclerotic rings. Because these eyes can't move or roll in the sockets, an owl has to turn its entire head to look around. The benefit of this fixed eye structure is it provides room for a larger retina. The retina is packed with light-sensitive rod cells, and this abundance of rods allows the owls to see clearly in conditions with minimal ambient light. The tubular shape also gives them exceptional binocular vision and depth perception. And this depth perception is crucial for judging distances when they're out on the hunt and diving to scoop up some prey.
Number 3. Owls' feathers allow them to fly silently.
Owls have specialized feathers that make their flight almost completely silent. The primary feathers on an owl's wings feature serrated edges that break down the air turbulence created during flight. Instead of producing one large noise, the serrations divide the air into smaller, quieter currents. The remaining feathers are covered in a velvet-like surface that dampens the sound of the feathers rubbing together. This combination eliminates the whooshing sound common to most bird species. This silent flight provides two distinct advantages for hunting at night. First, it allows the owl to approach a target without alerting the prey to its presence. Second, the lack of wing noise ensures the owl can continue to listen for those rustling sounds of its prey while in midair. Other bird species like hawks and falcons prioritize speed over silence, making their flight patterns highly audible. Owls, on the other hand, rely on stealth to compensate for their slower flight speeds.
Number 4. One family of barn owls can eat up to 3,000 rodents in a single nesting season.
Barn owls have a high metabolism and they require a consistent food supply to support growing chicks. The adult owls will hunt continuously throughout the night to bring mice, voles, and rats back to the nest. A single family unit can consume up to 3,000 rodents before the chicks leave the nest. This predatory pressure reduces rodent populations in agricultural areas. Farmers and vineyard owners will encourage barn owls to nest on their properties by installing owl boxes. Providing these owl boxes not only supports these predatory birds, it helps to increase crop yields and protects local ecosystems. Using owls for pest control prevents toxic rodenticides from entering the local food web. It's a wonderful example of how people can use natural food chains to solve agricultural problems.
Now, for the 5th and final fun fact. Ancient Athens used the little owl as a symbol on their money.
The little owl served as a prominent symbol of wisdom in ancient Athens. The city associated owls with Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and warfare. They believed the bird's night vision, silent flight, and watchful stillness perfectly mirrored her domains of wisdom, strategy, and foresight. For the ancient Greeks, the owl's ability to see in the dark represented the goddess's capacity to uncover hidden truths. Starting in 510 BCE, the Athenians minted silver coins known as tetradrachms featuring the profile of Athena on one side and a little owl on the other side. These coins became the widely used currency in the Greek world for centuries. The widespread circulation of the tetradrachm helped cement the cultural association between owls and intelligence. Soldiers and merchants relied on these coins, often referring to them simply as owls in daily transactions. The design of the owl on the coin included an olive sprig and the letters ATH identifying the city of origin. Even today, a modern version of this ancient owl design appears on the Greek €1 coin.
Now for some news you can use.
Owls can be your best allies to get rid of pests. They target the rodents that damage your garden, crops, and property.
A single adult owl can consume up to 1,000 mice, voles, shrews, and gophers in a single year, making them a great alternative to chemicals or traps. If you want owls to help you keep rodents at bay, try making your property owl-friendly. Install a wooden owl box. You'll want to place the box on a standalone metal pole rather than attaching it directly to a tree. Trees provide easy access for predators like raccoons and squirrels, which consume owl eggs and take over their nesting space.
To make the box inviting, position it 10 to 15 feet above the ground to give the owls a clear flight path for entering and exiting. Face the entrance hole toward the east or southeast. This orientation warms the box in the morning sun but protects the interior from intense afternoon heat. Add a layer of pine shavings to the bottom of the box before nesting season begins in late winter. Owls don't gather nesting materials, so the wood shavings prevent the eggs from rolling and breaking on the flat wooden floor. Finally, consider your yard lighting. Owls require darkness to hunt effectively. Constant floodlights disrupt the owl's night vision and illuminate the bird, making it a target for larger nocturnal predators. Bright lights also alter the behavior of nocturnal insects and rodents, pulling the owl's food source away from natural hunting grounds. If possible, use motion-activated lights so areas are illuminated only as needed instead of all the time. Also, try to find amber-colored LED bulbs and install physical shields that direct the light downward. Amber light has a longer wavelength and causes less disruption to an owl's circadian rhythm compared to a standard blue or white light. Putting a shield around the light fixture makes sure that the beam just points down to the ground or a path so you can walk safely without casting a glare into a tree canopy where the owls roost.
Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked if owls can rotate their heads a full 360 degrees.
This one is a fallacy, but it's not that far from the truth.
While owls can't turn their heads in a complete circle, they can rotate them 270 degrees in either direction.
This means an owl can look over one shoulder, spin its head forward, and continue looking out over the opposite shoulder. Owls have two features that help them achieve rotation that would be pretty much impossible for us. First, owls have 14 cervical vertebrae in their neck, whereas humans only have 7. Second, owls have a unique blood pooling system with expandable blood vessels. This system makes sure that the brain continues to receive a good supply of oxygen even when the neck rotation pinches veins and arteries in a way that would cut off standard blood circulation. So their eyes may be fixed in their sockets and they may not be able to get a full 360-degree rotation, but 270 degrees allows them to rotate their head and see all they need to see.
I hope you enjoyed learning about owls with us today.
And be sure to tune in every weekday for more fun facts.
Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by us, Kyle, Atticus, and Philly. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with us. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.